Hey everybody, Andre here, working from home in the Coaches Hangout. I just got off the phone with one of our students and I thought I'd shoot a video on what we discussed because it will benefit all of our students taking what we call an application-based exam. Now, the Life Licensing Qualification Program, Wealth Management Essentials Exam 2, certainly any PFP and CFP exams, Professional Financial Planner, Certified Financial Planner exams are typically application-based. What this means is you'll generally get a scenario and then you're asked a question about that scenario or about that client. And if it's a multiple choice exam, there's typically 4 possible answers. Let me pull up the question that the student was asking me about. Now, of course, there's a scenario and then there's a question and then there's 4 possible answers. Well, one of the acronyms that we drive home in our training programs for this type of exam is the acronym RTQF. RTQF stands for read the question first. So don't start with a scenario. Skip that for a moment. Read the question itself. Make sure you really understand what you're being asked before you dive into the scenario. Now, this question asks, how much additional life insurance does Jack need? I'd even read that question 2 or 3 times before diving into the scenario. How much additional life insurance does Jack need? Any key words stand out? Well, how about the word additional, right? That's a different question than how much life insurance does he need? And it has a different answer. To use an analogy, in the game of soccer, each side typically needs 11 players. So if I was to ask you, how many players do you need for the game? The answer is 11. But if you already had 10, and I ask you how many additional players do you need? Notice that word additional changes the question, and the answer is, well, I got 10, I only need 1 more player. Now, when I pointed this out to the student, she made a very good point. She said to me, well, Andre, how am I supposed to know that? There's a line in the textbook that says, hey, if it says how much additional insurance, that might be a different question than how much insurance, does the person need? Well, no, that's not in the textbook because the examiner, assumes that you understand the language and certainly the word additional. We should all know what that means, right? And we need to be careful. Now, the way, of course, you pick up on this kind of stuff is by doing practice questions. Of course, you want to read the SeeWhy Learning Study Guide. You want to watch our key concept video lessons to get a good, solid base knowledge, but a lot of your learning comes from applying that through practice questions. And whether you got a question like this right or wrong is really irrelevant. Let's suppose you missed that word additional and you got it wrong. Well, when you read the answer key, we're going to point that out to you. The light bulb's going to go on. And hopefully down the road, if you get a similar type question, you'll get it right the next time. So that's the real value in doing practice questions. It's great to be getting 100%, but it's also great when you get something wrong because you got an opportunity to learn something. I hope you found this helpful. Keep up the great work and good luck on your upcoming exams.